Fellow Nigerians, there is fire on the mountain. Nigerians, under the auspices of the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, United States of America chapter, will protest to the World Bank in Washington by 10 a.m. on the 6th day of December 2019. Nigeria is now like a frog being boiled alive slowly by politicians in the name of debts. This is sadly so because Nigerians have remained silent. We shall not accept this anymore. Those that are in a hurry to borrow today will not be alive when the present and the future generation will suffer for it, because they will steal what they borrow and hand over to their children, while the rest of us will continue to suffer. No. And we must begin to avoid economic colonialism by learning from countries that partly surrender their sovereignty as a result of debt. We must avoid this debt trap diplomacy. In 2017, Sri Lanka handed over 70% equity and a 99-year lease of its strategic Hambantota port to China because of a debt of more than $1 billion. Djibouti is about ceding one of its key ports to China too. Kenya may lose its bubbling Mombasa port, which was used as a collateral to borrow $3.2 billion for road construction. China reportedly agreed to write off an unknown amount of debts owned by Tajikistan in exchange of some 1,158 square kilometers of their land, of their territory. Now, the Chinese own 60% shares of the National Broadcasting Corporation of Zambia, which means China has an influence over what Zambia can broadcast in their country. Zambia is equally losing Kenneth Kaunda International Airport and their ZESCO power plant to Chinese loan. The lender will always make profits. Debts are an expression of Western anxieties more than Nigerian or African reality. That is the situation. And we must understand that the time has come for us to rise up before we lose our national airports and oil wells to creditors. After writing off the $18 billion loan, debt by the Paris Club in 2005, our government went back to a borrowing spree with little or nothing on ground to show for it. Loan is good only when we see what the money was used for. Loan is good, but when we cannot see what the money was used for, then it becomes a problem. San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge is one of the longest suspension bridges in the world, spanning 4,200 feet, which is 1,280 meters. And the equivalent cost of that bridge today, in terms of calculation, is about $677. Now, Nigeria is building second Niger Bridge for that same amount of $677.4 million, which is 210 billion naira, a length of 4,606 feet. We are currently indebted to over $81 billion, and the borrowing spree continues. This clearly shows mismanagement and corruption. We are borrowing to finance our national budgets, and some persons that have been indicted have been appointed as ministers, and these are the same people that will manage that fund. Our federal legislators continue to earn the highest in the world, insensitive to the fact that we are currently the poverty capital of the world, even as they shop for 5.5 billion naira to buy more vehicles to add to their fleet of cars. These are the same people that continue to pad our budgets. In 2016, they padded the Nigerian budget by 481 billion naira. And in 2018, the court asked Buhari to probe them. Till date, he refused. As we are talking now, as I'm speaking now, the 2020 budget has been padded by about 3 billion naira, and more revelations will be made soon. We cannot continue like that. This is a country that has 34 mineral resources. If our government cannot manage or harness our natural resources, then they should be left to their shame. In 2018, the government moved to secure a loan of $300 million from the World Bank, Islamic Development Bank, and the African Development Bank to fight malaria. As malaria be defeated in Nigeria, they recently spent, according to them, $16 million to buy mosquito nets. As malaria be fought, even the wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, said that she did not see mosquito net in a village. In October 2018, IMF, International Monetary Fund, warned Nigerians and other sub-Saharan countries to check their rising level of debts and to diversify their revenue base or face crisis. Our government is not listening. These politicians, they will bury our country and make us the poorest country in the history of mankind if we remain silent. Our government is expecting a fresh loan of $500 million, that's about 200 billion naira, from the London branch of the Credit Suisse AG for so-called industrialization project. Does it mean that we do not have any money of our own? We must borrow for everything? Nigerian Ministry of Finance claimed that 594.09 billion has been realized from the whistleblower policy since 2016. Where is the money? Others have been collected by the anti-corruption agency. Where is the money? The Nigerian Customs Service raked 1.002 trillion naira within 9 months of 2019. Where is the money? The Nigerian Post Authority realized 303.9 billion in 2017. 270.56 billion in 2018, and within the first 3 months of 2019, they earned 67.19 billion. The list is on and on. Where is the money? Ibrahim Magu, the acting EFCC boss, stated that over $3.6 billion, that is 1.3 trillion naira, has been stolen from the coffers of Nigeria between 2011 and 2015. Where is the money? International oil companies reportedly owe Nigeria $62 billion. Why not retrieve that and save us the pain of borrowing? Who is borrowing benefiting? A few persons. A few persons. In 2018, auditors reported that 4 trillion naira was not reported or was not remitted to the coffers of the federal government of Nigeria. NNPC did not remit that money. That is where you have Mr. Integrity Buhari as a minister. The Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative remitted 28.58 trillion to the federal government account between 2012 and 2016. That is Jonathan and Buhari. From mineral revenues, non-mineral revenues, and value-added tax. Where is the money? The same government that give money to state governors to pay salaries, while state governors continue to pay life pension to former governors and their deputies that have equally looted the states and left huge debts behind. After looting, they forced us to pay all forms of taxes, including the newly introduced 7.5% VAT and the plan to introduce toll gates on our roads. Because they steal for us to pay. No. A government that is not willing to reduce their salaries and their cost of administration. When countries like Italy are reducing the number of their legislators. We stayed in Liberia for 15 years as peacekeepers. But today, the Liberian parliament has reduced their budget by 30%. But for Nigeria, no. The people must suffer for it. Because we are silent. We've been too silent. We've been too afraid. Unemployment will jump in Nigeria to 33.5%. The hardship that is coming. $460 million was borrowed from China to install CCTV in Abuja. Till date, no CCTV. And we are servicing that debt. We are paying interest for that loan. How can we progress like that as a country? Now, there are no verifiable evidence to show how the $320 million Abacha loot was shared. No list of people that received the money. No verifiable evidence to show the names of people that received the so-called 500 billion naira trader money or social investment fund. Where is the money? Money borrowed from World Bank, China, or anywhere is what the Nigerian government spends in buying bullets to kill unarmed protesters that seek for economic and social justice. Monies borrowed from World Bank, China, and other places is what Nigerian governments use in feeding unlawfully detained Nigerians. For example, Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information, informed us that Nigeria spends 3.5 million naira monthly to feed one detainee, El Zakzaki. Now we have many unlawfully detained Nigerians in detention. So you can multiply how much the government is spending from borrowed funds. You can imagine that? Because as at now, we have more than 40 court orders which have been disobeyed by President Muhammadu Buhari, he that swore on oath to protect and defend our constitution. We must have no respect for anybody, man or woman, that has no respect for our constitution. He that defecates on our constitution does not deserve respect, because where there is no constitution, there is no country. That is it. Now, it has been alleged, and the rumor is everywhere, that officials of the World Bank now receive bribe from Nigerian governors and the federal government before they issue loans. Quid pro quo. For now, it is an allegation, but the rumor is everywhere. So we're not making any allegation, but we're going to petition the World Bank to thoroughly investigate whoever is receiving money in their office to give loans to Nigeria. No wonder the monies are just being released. The loans are given without a second thought. Fellow Nigerians, if you live in the United States of America, the time has come for us to move away from social media onto the arena of political struggle. Our country comes first. The time has come for you to share this message extensively and attend that program in front of the World Bank on the 6th of December 2019, 10 a.m. Please tell others to tell others. Our days of fear and silence must be over. They are over.